Right, Jules. It's 2025 March, yeah?
Yeah, it
There's
is.
going to be a lot of anglers out there dusting the stuff off, mate.
Yeah, I know. Oh, God, don't tell me.
Right, how can you make 2025 a more prosperous year for young anglers or any anglers, mate?
I mean, I'm not being sarcastic here. The first thing is you can't catch them home. You have to go fishing regularly.
Yes.
Everybody's a carp fishing hero on the internet, on social media, chatting in the pub. The most important thing is you have to go carp fishing. You can't catch them sat at home. We all think we can, but you can't catch them sat at home.
Yeah.
And I'm not being sarcastic. Unless you're out there doing it, you ain't going to catch them.
Yeah, that brings us on to obviously this time of year, spring, mate, isn't it? Because people don't go through winter,
No.
and then they see all these pictures on social media,
Yeah.
and they think they're going to do it, but they're not ever.
No. So it's consistency as well. Whether you're a Formula One driver, a cricketer, a footballer, you don't have 6 months off and expect to be up to speed again. For me, consistent angling keeps me in the game. Once you drop out of it, it's the hardest thing is to go fishing. Once you drop out of carp fishing, you have a couple of weeks off, can be a month off, because it's hard work carp fishing. It's hard work at 62, never mind 22. The more consistent you are, the easier it is. Your casting improves, your carp vision improves, you're not taking too much stuff. So going is important, but going consistently. Don't go twice one week and then leave it a month.
Yeah.
Go 2 or 3 times, even if it's only for 2 hours, even if it's only walking the venue. Consistency is the most important part of going carp fishing.
What brings us on to that? You said venues. How would you say go about for people watching this to pick a venue, Jules?
Well,
Or a lake?
unless you are a big carp angler and you've got a target fish, and that's very limited. Not the majority of people watching this want to catch carp.
Yeah.
You need to put yourself on a water full of carp. I fish waters that are full of carp from probably £14 to £32. I don't care what people think about, well, you haven't caught many 40s or 50s. Ain't good on my tombstone. I want to catch carp consistently. And unless you are fishing out absolutely heaving big fish water, you ain't catching big fish regularly. Go and find a venue where you get bites. You only learn about carp fishing by catching them. You know, I've learned that the more you catch, the better you become an angler. You don't become a well-known angler by catching one 20-pounder or one 30-pounder every 2 months.
And you are consistent, Jules.
Yeah, I like to be consistent. I
Yeah,
don't care the size
definitely.
of it. I want to be consistent.
What would you say, Jules, about people taking too much notice at other anglers? You know?
Yeah, I do know that, because you should. Everybody has got valid points for the venue they fish. If I want information about fishing, say Cassian, I'm going to speak to Steve Briggs. I'm going to speak to people who fish those waters. Whoever gives you the information, look at their fishing. I'm not going to give you information about fishing linear fisheries because I don't fish it. So if I want to know about fishing linear, I'm not going to look at Terry's YouTube. I'm going to look at Tom Maker.
Yeah.
Look at the person's fishing and say, is the advice they do about the kind of waters, about the kind of fishing I do? So if they're a fish for 3 days, you're an overnighter man or a short session, their advice, valid it is, won't really be applicable to your angling. So the advice you need to take on board, preferably they're fishing your waters. I'll take more notice of the guy who's fishing next to me and catching than I will from Terry Hearn. And I think he'd understand that. That teaches me about my water.
What about picking a swim, Jules? Do you think too many people jump into a swim because other people's been doing?
We do. I think we all do that. We all do that. I know that if I was going fishing today, I'd probably go where I was yesterday, but that's only because I know why it worked. So once you understand why a swim has produced or has been producing or will produce, there's nothing wrong with having that. No angler ever turns up at a water with a complete free memory of what he's going to do. Every angler has an idea, either from experience, of why he wants to be in that swim. But what you need to do is not lock yourself into that. That's my initial thoughts, but I'll have a little walk round to see if there's fish elsewhere. Nothing wrong with having an idea, but do not lock yourself into that swim unless when you get there, they're jumping out, it's fizzing and it's brown. Nothing wrong with having the idea, but concentrate on what you see on the day.
Brilliant. Well, this is going to be a two-parter, Jules.
Yeah.
I love this one.
I'm not doing all my fishing here. What I would say, don't fish my waters either, because I'm screwing myself here.
Right, we're going to catch up later, Jules, and just part two, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you.